My name is Dr. Sandra Colton-Medici, and I'm so excited to be talking to you today about prep and post 2022 social media editorial calendars. Now, if you haven't had a chance to see one of my live streams or go to the collegeofstyle.com website, make sure you can see below the website there. Check out what we are doing right now, which is registering people for our Template Design Summit happening June 4th and 5th, 2022. You do not want to miss it. You can sign up for free right there on the collegeofstyle.com website. And you can also get access to replays for only $20 if you cannot make the live event. So I'm really excited about that. It's coming up. But let's talk about prepping and posting social media content and creating your editorial calendar. Now, we are already through the first quarter of 2022, but that doesn't mean that you can't actually add on quarter one of 2023 as you're creating your content calendar and your editorial aspect of your calendar as well. So what does it mean to have an editorial calendar? I always think of it in terms of magazines. So I was a publisher and editor-in-chief of a magazine called Dance Track for about 5 years. And what I like to do is plan ahead. And when you think about a calendar, you need to put everything in there that could actually affect your business and the things in there that you know that other people probably don't know about your business that you want to promote and advertise and get the word out about your business. So I always like to start at square one, which is knowing what is going to happen already. We already know there are certain holidays that we are going to be celebrating, whether or not we do personally. We know that a lot of people do around the globe. So adding in, and I have a few calendars on my wall, but also inside of your phone, there's a calendar. I also have a calendar inside of Dubsado, which I use as kind of a organizational management system, but you can use whatever system you like. I personally like to have it in a few different places so that if wherever I am, I know that I can find that calendar and see what's going on. So starting at square one, just adding in the dates that you already know. Now, if you are global and do not live in the United States, some of these dates may not affect your business, but it is good to know that they are being observed, right? So holidays that are typically observed are federal holidays. So I always like to start with federal holidays that you know the federal government is going to put out there in advance so that you know what days people are observing as a federal holiday versus just a state holiday or even just a kind of a cultural holiday, right? So federal holidays are really great to just start with, put those into your calendar and decide yes or no if you are going to be promoting something on social media surrounding that particular holiday. Veterans Day, Memorial Day, 4th of July, any sort of date that is like that, President's Day, that you know is going to either be part of your social media campaign strategy or not, right? So your marketing is going to be affected. There is a little bit of a siren behind me, but I'm good, and I hope that the people that they're going to are going to be okay. When you move into the next part of adding things into your calendar, you want to think about state holidays, right? You want to think about state holidays that are going to affect your business, right? Maybe your business being open or other businesses being open, right? When you think about federal and state holidays, banks do close. When you think about holidays that are beyond that, you think about Christmas and Thanksgiving and Easter and things like that, and how grocery stores typically shut down at different times, or even local businesses, right? Like the nail salon, the dry cleaning, will take certain holidays. I actually thought about this the other day that I think hairstylists take certain, I think is it Mondays off typically. And then also pizza restaurants take certain days off because they work so many long hours during the weekend, right? So thinking about when businesses, local businesses, typically take time off or are not open their regular hours is really important as you're doing your editorial calendar as well. So we started off with federal holidays, going into local and state holidays. But then making sure that as you're putting those into your calendar, you're deciding, are we going to be highlighting these holidays in our social media content, and how we're going to highlight those, whether it's going to be just kind of like happy, Hanukkah, or happy President's Day, or whatever it is that you're going to be saying in that specific messaging. Is that going to be tied to a sale, or just an announcement, or an actual event, right? So thinking about those things as you are putting those into your calendar is really key. Moving on, it's really great to put in what we all know, even if we don't celebrate these things or don't root for specific teams, that sporting events are a thing, right? Sporting events have their own kind of moments, whether it's the NBA Finals, or the Preakness that just happened, or March Madness, or even the Super Bowl. Those are really huge events that have a lot of fanfare around them. Now, you may or may not want to acknowledge them in your social media content, but it is good to know that those are coming, right? And that's because you will either want to go with the crowd, meaning celebrate those, announce those, have a sale around those, or go against the grain and put up something that has nothing to do with that, because the entire feed that people will be scrolling through will be all about that you might want to be one of the ones that goes completely 180 on that and do something completely different, so that maybe people stop on your particular post, right? So you can decide which way you want to go with all of the sports holidays as they come up. So adding those into your calendar is really great, because you are in the know, right? And sporting events are starting to come back on track, to having announcements saying, like, we know that this event is going to happen. So you don't have to actually go, yeah, well, it didn't happen because of COVID last year. Is it going to happen again? Okay, so they're coming back online. So you can start planning for those events to kind of start being solidified in your calendar. All right, moving past sporting events is thinking about the award show season, right? Adding in award show season is really great, because there's a lot of fanfare around that as well, and a lot of social media space that gets taken up by red carpets, by advertising for movies that people want to get awarded certain awards, like SAG-AFTRA awards, or Tony awards, or Grammy awards, or Billboard Music Awards, or Oscars. There is an award season, and so you want to put those into your calendar so that you can know, okay, this is happening. This is going to take up a lot of social media space. Do I want to be part of that specific marketing effort, or do I just want to do something else, or know that certain times are going to be my times versus ones that are going to be, really heavy on the social media, from red carpets and after parties and things like that. You also want to be very mindful of cultural holidays, and adding in, like Black History Month, things that are already on calendars, meaning like when you open up your iPhone and you open up the calendar, it's already in there because it's already preset in settings for you, right? So you want to be mindful of what cultural holidays are actually there already, and how you will either present those on your social media to be in support of them, or if you want to just know about them so that you can do that inside of your email marketing. Sometimes people like to do that in email marketing because it's more of a personal exchange than it is just like, hey, throwing it up there on social media for people to scroll past. But having it on your calendar helps you plan to be able to showcase exactly what it is that you are supporting about whatever month it is, or whatever holiday it is. I also like to put on certain things, right? So things that are related to your business, right? Another siren, of course, we're alive, is relate those to your business that are birthdays of founders, or anniversaries of your business, or potentially shouting out customers who have been with you for 10 years, or maybe your first customer. Adding those in are really, really personal to your business, and adding those into your editorial calendar help you to make sure that you're planning ahead. So if you have a 1-year anniversary, like College of Style is celebrating our 1-year anniversary this month, then we can schedule something around that, potentially a promo code discount for all of our loyal customers, or potentially bringing in new customers with that promo code, right? So we're celebrating and announcing our special accomplishment with your help, and giving you some greatness to go along with it. So having those in your editorial calendar help you plan for specific anniversaries of your business, potentially birthdays of your founders, highlighting customers that have been with you through the thick and thin, whatever it might be, on those very personal occasions that you want to share on your social media platforms. When you think about all of those things, from federal, local, state, cultural, sporting, awards, personal business accomplishments, all of those things, that's a lot to have on your plate, right? But when you put it into your calendar, you kind of see where the gaps are, right? And then you can fill those in with things that may or may not have anything to do with you, like spring break, or back to school, or different holidays that are just kind of like Valentine's Day, or even Halloween, right? So thinking about those other holidays that you may or may not participate in, but you know that a lot of people are going to be participating in, like maybe you don't have kids, but there's a lot of people going back to school, right? Or maybe you don't celebrate Halloween, but you know that a lot of people are going to be going out to either parties on Halloween or trick-or-treating, right? There's different ones like St. Patrick's Day, or oh god, Cinco de Mayo. I mean, there's so many that are out there, that whether or not your business celebrates it, you do need to make a decision on whether or not you are highlighting it on your social media, right? Whether you want to utilize that as an opportunity to, sell more products, or just highlight people in your community who do celebrate certain holidays, right? So those are some really great starting points, is to just fill your calendar with the very important dates and significance of those dates, and how you intend to address them. So you are either participating, supporting, where you're going to actually address it on your social media or in your email marketing. Where exactly are you going to be highlighting all of those different dates? And if you do highlight them, then you get to post. So we went through the prep part of it, and then you go into the post part of it, which is creating all of the amazing social media content that you're actually going to post on your social media profiles. And when you do that, you can either have all of your social media be very consistent across the board and show the same kind of content, or you can switch it up based on what platforms you're using. So you can do something different on Pinterest, maybe an idea pin that's completely different. Maybe you're creating a mood board or something like that for a particular holiday, for Halloween, costumes that are using this specific theme. Or maybe you're creating a specific dish for, maybe Mother's Day, and how you can do a Mother's Day activity, thrifting or something like this, right? You might want to do an idea pin that's completely different on Pinterest than just saying Happy Mother's Day on Instagram, right? So thinking about how you're going to either be completely consistent across the board with all of your social media content, or if you're going to switch it up based on different social media platforms. Recently, Instagram has talked about making sure that they are prioritizing original content by creators. So that might be one place where you want to go and make sure that all of your content is very original, and that maybe you're sharing all of your other posts on different platforms that are just repurposed, right? So just making sure that you have those ideas in your head of how you want to share what you've been prepping on top of your social media platforms is really important. Creating a calendar just of dates can set you so far ahead, because then you're not wondering, what's happening, and you're also not behind the eight ball. You're not trying to play catch up. You're so far ahead that you can say, we are not going to be posting anything for that because we are gearing our followers up for this. Right. So we're not going to be posting anything about St. Patrick's Day because we want to be having our followers leading up to this particular sales event that has nothing to do with that. So we're going to not celebrate this in like a really big way, but we're going to acknowledge it in our email, because I think one of the things that has kind of come about is not everybody celebrates everything, right? Not everybody celebrates Valentine's Day. Not everybody wants to pay, 3x times the roses cost that it is normally on a non-Valentine's Day. So thinking about where your customers are at, right? What they celebrate and what they are excited about hearing from you about, right? So thinking about those, setting yourself up with the preparation to have all those dates right there, and also what you intend to do with those, right? Not just writing them down, but giving yourself a system to say green light, yellow light, red light, right? Green light, we are going on this one. Yellow light, we are just going to announce it. And red light, we are moving past it, right? So that I know that like my mom, she's a nurse, and she was like, did you know it's Nurses Week? And I was like, no, how would I know that unless you tell me, right? Because I'm not necessarily highlighting that for our followers on our social media, but that doesn't mean that you can't, right? So there's tons of different days, and you can actually go to, I think there's two separate websites where you can actually create your own holiday. And there's basically like 20 holidays every day of the year. Like if you added them up, there's like 20 on all 365 days. There's like a bazillion holidays. So you need to just decide what is your priority for your followers and what they would like to hear from you. One of the biggest ones when you think about sporting events is the Olympics. And when you add in the Olympics to your editorial calendar, that can take up a 2-week span. Do you want to every single day highlight something from the Olympics? Well, if your organization is all about sports and competition and and mindset and maybe, but if you're not, then you might want to like one and done. So deciding those really kind of crucial decisions for your business is really good to do when it's coming, especially when things as big as the Olympics, they get planned ahead of time. They're coming for years and years. So I always think like when people say, oh, well, I forgot to do XYZ for, this holiday. I'm like, you knew that holiday was coming, right? And I'm helping you right now know that these things are coming, whether or not we have, pandemic situations or not, people do find ways to celebrate. So definitely take these to heart, and be able to add those into whatever system you already have in place. I also want to invite you. I'm going to share my screen right now, because I have what is it called? A brand new 6-week group coaching program called Style to the Nines. And I want to show you exactly what is happening inside of this program. So let me get on over to sharing my screen with you. If you would like, because you have made it all the way to the very end of our live stream today, you will be able to use a special promo code inside of the checkout cart. So let me share this so that you can see it, and then I will give you the promo code. The promo code is STYLE100. And when you go into the Styled to the Nines page, which is actually located on our website, it's at collegeofstyle.com/nines. There's only 15 more days or excuse me, is it 15? I'm not quite sure what I'm looking at there. You will be able to go to the checkout button, which I'm going to show you right now. where it says enroll today. And then right there, it says buy now, which is $300. But if you use the promo code STYLE100, you will get it for $100 off. And what you're going to be doing in the 6-week group coaching program is this. These are the weeks broken down: social media and brand awareness, developing your brand, your design aesthetic, elements that engage your ideal customer, caption this, convert your followers, channel specific conversation starters, and intuitive design with AI in mind, meaning artificial intelligence. So some of the really big things that you're going to be focusing on with what you'll learn is how to create scroll stopping social media visuals, how to create captions that captivate your audience on social media, the best practices for branding your business on social media, and creative technology shortcuts and avatar research techniques. So when you're thinking about getting your social media really to the next level and having people not just scroll past you, this is the program for you. It starts the first week of June, and we are going to be rocking and rolling. One design tutorial video will be sent to you every single week, and you will have a live session. It is an hour and a half, 1 hour of me giving you instruction and answering questions, and the next 30 minutes going over specific questions about your social media, content creation, design, visuals, and strategic messaging to make sure that you get your questions answered. So that is a 6-week group coaching program. It's called Styled to the Nines, social media, elevated design, and messaging. It is $300 investment, but if you use the promo code STYLE100, you will get $100 off when you click on this buy now button right there, on the website page, and you can go to collegeofstyle.com/nines, and that's literally NINES. Right now, I definitely want to give you our social media profiles that you can send me a message on if you'd like to ask a question, and that is right here. So thank you so much for joining me today. You can see we have Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Pinterest, and you can also go to our shop, collegeofstyle.com, if you'd like to check out some of our merchandise. Like I said, we do have the Template Design Summit coming up on June 4th and 5th. So go ahead and go to our website, collegeofstyle.com, to register today. It is free to attend the Template Design Summit. And then you can also, if you can't attend, you can go to our webpage anyway and get access to the replays for only $20. So I look forward to seeing you at the Template Design Summit. And also inside of our group coaching program, Styled to the Nines, all you have to do is go to the website, collegeofstyle.com/nines, and enter the promo code STYLE100 to take $100 off. It is a beta program, so that's why it is a lower investment. So if you are going to be holding off on joining us for this particular program right now for this cohort, just know that it will the price will go up for our next cohort, and I don't want you to miss out. There's limited space, and I want to work with you on bringing your business to the next place. So have a really great rest of your day, and I will put our contact right up there one more time.